Welcome back. We've got Ren in the group now as we head up towards the Rosenberg studio. Let's see what she can do. Oh, it's very much sees Ren and runs.
Easy.
That's rather telling, isn't it? So, Calamity Sphere. Cast time down by 70% for 4 turns, and we got Accelerate as well. Interesting. But, Nemesis Party. We have to.
Time to entertain my guests. Round and round. Up you go! Time for the main event.
Time for a lovely cup of tea.
What a delightful tea party.
Indeed.
Extermination complete.
Careful where you're swinging that. Jeez. She took them out quite quickly, though. I mean, it's Ren, so... Look at them run! I mean, he hasn't seen me, but, look at them run! Yep, he's come. Okay. We'll leave you be. You survive for another day, fiend. You don't, though.
Fortune favors the clever.
Indubitably. Let's go over UF attack now.
All for one. And one for all! We shall end this now. May you continue to prove just as useful.
Seriously, guys. Be wary where you're swinging your weapons. Oh dear. Oh dear. EP recovers. Okay. Now we've got a chest down here. No one say anything about the chest being there? Come on. We need Lecter here. He'd make a funny little quip. Something like that anyway.
Ready whenever.
There's an owl. Look at his face and his little beard there. Like, all right, mate. Oh, hey.
A simple matter.
Let's go over UF arts then.
All for one.
And one for all! Let's bum rush him!
Bum rush them. Oh my.
On guard.
Soul Eater.
Cut you down!
Lovely.
Outplane. We
Best.
shall end this now.
I'll help Roger!
I'll help.
Now then. Extermination complete.
But of course.
Indeed.
Even perfection can stand to improve.
I still don't see how that logic works. If it's perfect, it can't improve. Therefore, it can't be perfect. Hydra? Hello. Let's see about getting some stuff here first.
Ready whenever.
Oh!
Treasure. Oh, I can smell the riches.
Can you? Oh yes, quite the smell.
Wow, isn't this super rare?
Nah.
No mercy.
No mercy. Let's go UF attack.
All for one. And one for all! We shall end this now.
Time to entertain my guests. Round and round. Up you go! Time for the main event. What a delightful tea party. I shall.
You shall. That's actually... Oh, I was going to see about using Calamity Sphere, but I've used up my BP. playing around, haven't I? Very well. Yeah, we'll go with you.
And bam!
Bam.
Ready?
Just go normal attack. Get the mark on you.
Ready? Hip! They're down!
No problem.
I'll take care of it. How plain.
Got you.
I won't waste the BP
Very
now.
well.
Getting that order out. I just want to see it a little bit.
Ready? Keep at it! Cut him loose!
I've got to go for it.
Allow
I
me.
accept.
Got it.
Hip! That didn't feel so bad.
You're doing. How far are we up? I'm just trying to remember my bearings, because that used to be a fishing spot, didn't it, down there? That's what I was worried about when we got there. So we should be coming up towards a waterfall up there, really, shouldn't we? What was that? Is something wrong, Rufus? No, it's nothing. What is this I'm sensing? Choosing to continue will cause the main story to advance. It will also not be possible to go any further in Rufus's story for a brief period. Oh, proceed. How much longer? I'm so tired. Really, we haven't even walked that far yet. Rosenberg's studio isn't too far from here. And you? Are you sure there's nothing wrong? You're acting awfully preoccupied. I simply don't think it's worth mentioning. No, wait. The mirror. What is that? It looks like a piece of a mirror or something. The design is really weird too. I didn't take you for the type to collect trinkets. Back we go into the Reverie garden, I imagine. I'm not. I couldn't tell you where it came from. It just suddenly appeared in my pocket. It what? How could that be possible? I don't know the answer to that. But nor do I think we can afford to leave it unanswered. A predicament indeed. Oh, indeed. Trails to walk, but what about the Reverie garden corridor? Can't very well ignore this mysterious mirror, but nor do I know how to best approach it. Oh, predicament indeed. I wanted to go off and see the Rosenberg studio. We gotta go see these guys. We can't even head to the corridor garden. Right, so where were we? Well, seeing as... Ooh. I was gonna say very much we'll use Rufus's route as a way to decide which route to go to here. And I was thinking we just left off at this point with a showdown in Himmel Cemetery. And I want to see what's happening with Irene as a result of that. But now we're in Crossbell. So I'm thinking we should head over to Lloyd's route because that makes more sense with what we're seeing in Rufus's route. Before we then see what's going on with Irene. Because the last we heard there was we were going to be heading to the Nord Highlands. Yay! Anyway, let's go to Lloyd's route. March 19th, Southern Crossbell. So St Ursula? There's Wazzy.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's St Ursula.
We should be safe to dock. I don't see any signs of the Ebon Defense Force.
Then we're good to go.
Dry land. The music. Yeah, I didn't realize that would take so long. The EDF doesn't seem all that interested in surveillance outside of the city. Rufus must be feeling pretty cocky if you ask me. I thought they might retaliate against America after the last run-in, but that never happened either. I don't know how to feel about that. It's like it doesn't even see us as a threat. But I guess we shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. That overconfidence will be his undoing. Isn't that right, Kia? Yep. He won't know what hit him. But I am still kind of worried about Risha. Yeah, so am I. A little catch-up, I imagine. Yesterday, America, after the ancient battlefield.
I'm so sorry. I just don't know what came over me. How could I ever think of betraying you like that?
It's okay, San-san. You can't keep blaming yourself. If anything, I should have known something more was wrong. I'm a terrible friend for not realizing that you were struggling so badly or being manipulated. And Elia means the world to me. I should have been able to tell something was amiss.
Risha.
Thank you all for coming to our aid.
He's still got the Ellie on his arm.
I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't shown up when you did. Really, thanks.
Don't mention it. Glad we could make it in time. The one you should be thanking is Zeit. We were looking into what the EDF was up to when he told us that you were in danger.
Did he now? Still, it's not like you to be modest, Wazi. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for rescuing us, Sight. You were a hero back there. And I've been way overdue for one of these.
That you have. My apologies for not returning after the operation.
Oh, indeed, yes.
You're so flaky, Sight. Do you realize how long it's been? Tio and I have been waiting for you to show up again all this time, you know?
My apologies. As a holy beast, there are limits to how much I can interfere.
You could still drop by and say hello.
I am astounded at just how much you all have grown. The children of man truly do grow apace.
We'll take your word for it. It would be nice to think I've grown a little, yeah.
I'm just overjoyed to see you again. You were sorely missed, Zeit.
Yes, it's good to be back.
I've read plenty about the holy beasts in the scriptures. Funny to think I would be in the presence of one so soon after returning to the church. You should have seen the Congregation for Divine Worship's faces when we first reported to them about Zeit. Can you blame them for losing their shit? Whoever heard of a holy beast moonlighting as a police dog? Though I guess he can do whatever he wants for the most part. Sounds like his contract doesn't apply anymore. I don't think Zeit is nearly as weird as hearing you talk about church stuff, well. Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around it. Can it? You better get used to it. Alright, enough with the funny talk. You folks ready to get down to business? Based on the info they found, it sounds like you guys already know where you're headed. Yeah, the Rheinford military factory to the west. You said the Ebon Defense Force has been frequenting it in the last few days, right? Sure have. That's most likely where the Zauber soldats are being manufactured. It would make sense. I've been wondering how they were able to bring so many into Crossbell's borders without anyone noticing. I don't think the Imperial government or Rheinford group would have ever allowed so many to be smuggled. Right, so if we consider that they were being manufactured from within Crossbell the entire time, then the dots point to this mysterious factory the EDF is connected to. That was one of the places where swords and metal gears were being manufactured before the war. Probably completely destroyed those pronunciations. You know me. Everyone was convinced that the Black Workshop's tech was gone for good, though. I don't know how Alboret and his men got their hands on it, and worse, looks like they've made some improvements too. We'll likely be crossing paths with those soldats from here on out, so that's bad news. That mask Illy was wearing also looked like workshop tech too. Yes, and now they're using it to alter her personality, if not outright control her. I'd like to ask those Thor's graduates what they know about how those masks work. That could be a good idea, but let's make our top priority searching that factory and finding information on the soldats. That's assuming that is it though, but we haven't got any other leads, so makes sense. Something tells me we'll be able to fill in a few blanks on what's going on here and why Rufus Aberrae is staging this occupation. Unfortunately, getting there is going to be easier said than done. The factory is to the west of Crossbell City, while we're in the northeast. The only way I know how to get to the west side of the state from here is through the city. Yeah, and that's not exactly an option with the EDF crawling all over the place. I'm guessing we can't just hitch a ride on your macabre either, huh? I wish. We brought it with us and it should be safe with the other squires guarding it. But they're using more advanced anti-air radar than the CDF was back in the day. You can even see through active camouflage. And they've got them set up at all the key locations. Flying is a no-go. Huh. It's shocking how well equipped they are. What the hell? Even the Imperial Army doesn't have toys that good. Guess that's where the Black Workshop factory comes into play. In that case, I think the smart play is to make our way to St Ursula. How are we going to reach St Ursula from here? It just so happens I got my hands on an orbital boat before things hit the fan. We should be able to use it to cross Lake Elm and reach St Ursula on the other side. We would still be a ways away from reaching the factory from there, but I'm not seeing any better options. I mean, all you've done is place yourself in a similar situation south though. Where do you plan to go, if not through Crossbell City? What's your game plan there? Because there's no roads leading there, you'd have to head through the forest. Yeah, let's take what we can get. That's a lot closer to the military factory than we are now. And we can find a route to it from there. Can you? Again, I'm not seeing one. I'm wondering what you're doing there. We'll go with this. Thanks for the idea, Lecter. Your course is set then. I will leave this land's crisis in your hands for the time being. Ah, does that mean you're gonna leave us again? I'm afraid so. There is something else I wish to take care of. But fear not, I too am part of the SSS, so it is only a matter of time before we meet again. We'll hold you to that. Take care, Zite. Yeah, I'll miss you, but let's see each other again soon. Yes, that we shall. Actually, I was thinking of staying here. I want to help look after my grandfather, and if the EDF does come to the village, I'll take responsibility and negotiate. We could have used your support, but you do make a good point. I'm worried about how things are at the hospital, so I'm tempted to come with. That said, I think my services are needed more here at the moment. But you end up at the cathedral. At the very least, I want Speaker McDowell to make a full recovery first. Thank you, Cecile. I really appreciate that. I was also leaning towards staying here and hitting up my connections. Besides, a large group isn't going to be able to sneak into the factory, and that's if we even manage to fit us all on the boat. It makes sense for some of us to stay behind to protect the village as we gather info.
In that case, I'd like to stay here as well.
Very well.
Are you sure, Risha?
That makes sense. You evaded her attack for the most part, but weren't you still injured?
Yes. Please forgive me, everyone. I just need a little time. I'm still not ready to face up to what happened to Ili and Sansan just yet.
And that's perfectly fine. If that's your decision, then we respect it.
That's right. I'm sure you'll be able to find your way forward. And I'll be happy to have your help here in the meantime.
I'd be happy to help.
A lot of people are staying here, so that means I have to go with Lloyd. Where's this coming from, Kia? This is going to be a dangerous mission. You understand that, don't you? Of course. The factory is really far away, and there's no telling what's going to be there waiting for us. That's why I want to help gather info for us, and I can back you up with my order like I always do. It makes a lot more sense for me to go than it does to stay here, if you ask me. Well, give her some credit. She makes a good point. And I'll be tagging along too. And that should make the operation a lot safer overall. My stigma should prove useful in a pinch. I don't think it would be too dangerous for her. Alright. I should be glad that there are 2 people willing to go. So I'd be happy to have you both. I'm counting on you, Wazzy. You too, Kia. I'm glad to see you take your own advice when it comes to us trusting her a little more. Make sure to back Lloyd up with everything you've got, Kia. You bet I will. Well then, your odds of success are rising by the minute, aren't they? May you all ever keep your chins up and your eyes facing forwards. Sounds overly optimistic to me. Believing in the future easily beats standing still. Sign me up for the sunshine you're bumping. Seriously though, you should give some thought to what your old cellmate said after our fight yesterday too. It might help you sort things out. Triple dot. Call it a hunch. Good luck with your little factory tour, Bunnings. May the goddess be with you. Indeed.
We'll cut things short for today. Enjoy your freedom while you can and have fun struggling against the inevitable. You're helpless to stop us, now that you've lost your way.
Lost our way? What was that supposed to mean? Was he referring to the loss we suffered to Rufus back at the signing ceremony? Something even before then? I don't think we need to worry about America with Wald and Scarlet staying there. Let's just focus on what we need to do here. Exactly. We gotta do our part while everyone else is working to help us. You got me there. Our first goal is finding a route to the factory. We can start by seeing how things are here and hopefully gather some information. I'm willing to bet a lot of people from the city fled here too. We might come across a familiar face or two among them. Oh yeah, I imagine so. Oh yeah, maybe. Alright, let's get started. Kia has been assigned to a tag-along slot. Kia will be assigned to a tag-along slot when traveling with the party. She will not take part in combat directly, but she can support the party with orders. You can view and change which characters are assigned to the party's tag-along slots from the party select screen.
I bet we could fish here.
Ugh, fine.
I bet we could fish here.
Over the boat? You said that already anyway.
Bye.
Seems a bit unwise to do it over the boat, but okay.
This'll be good.
Wait. 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 Hey. There we go.
Look at the size of this baby.
Noble carp. Lovely. Lovely. In terms of the carp anyway, not the fishing. No, no, no. I'm liking these trees here and the little bench around them. It's quite lovely. Quite lovely. But right, I'm thinking what Garcia said
we could
though.
Fish here.
I know! We just did, Lloyd. Come on! Pay attention! I thought you were a detective. You should notice these things. Anyway. Yeah, what Garcia said. If going with the idea that he's inverted. Whatever that means at this point, really. Maybe there's an inverted Lloyd as well. And he's associating this Lloyd with the inverted Lloyd And that's why everything feels off from... Adorable. From both sides. Garcia's very confused what's going on with Lloyd because he's not acting like himself. But Lloyd's very confused because Garcia's not acting like himself. Yeah, you did that already. I can't believe you came here by boat of all things. Don't worry, the EDF hasn't shown their faces around here since the occupation. But we can't rule out that they'll come eventually. Everyone's a little on edge. We've started offering counseling services for those who need them. You're welcome to attend as well. Probably a good idea. St Ursula has been known for its neurology department, but now it has a psychology department too. Dr. Sayland was placed in charge of it, but she's not here, so we're not accepting new psychology patients right now. We don't want to sit back and do nothing, though. That's why we're at least offering counseling services to those who want them. Huh. No way, is that you, Lloyd? One of your friends is here, but she's the only one. I heard what happened. How did you even get here? Sorry for the surprise. We actually came across the lake on a boat. You don't say. You really won't stop at anything when you put your mind to it, huh? Still, you're a sight for sore eyes. Everyone's been worried about what we'll do if the EDF storms in here. Oh, and about your friend. She should be somewhere in the hospital's main building right now. I'll trust you to find her. Hey, do you think it could be? I do think it could be. Only one person comes to mind, but let's stay in suspense a little longer. I like that approach, Wazzy. I'm going to keep watching my post for the time being. We can't assume the EDF will ignore this place indefinitely. I'll give you a shout if something happens. Thanks for checking on us. Oh, no problem at all. Right, into this building here. What we got then? Ooh. You having that, seeing as I've got money on this route. For now. Now to feed all those other mouths. The kitchen is going to be busy all night. It's a good thing some of the refugees have been lending a hand. We're not struggling as much as we might have. One of them even made refreshments to hand out to the others. Now that's the spirit. Times like these call for doing a little selfless work to get your mind off of things. It's a real blessing to have the refugees helping out around here and the hospital. Some of them are even handing out refreshments as we speak. Good. Lovely. No, baby. One day we'll find a copy of it. I should be getting back to work. We've had to lend unused rooms here and in the hospital to refugees that can't return to the city. It's only natural for there to be more to clean with so many people staying here. Not that I'm complaining. Everyone's pitching in to keep things going around here, so I want to do my part as well. Phew. Cleaning is hard work, but it does help me calm my nerves. It's something I've always been good at, so I don't mind cleaning for everyone else's benefit. Oh. So, no one in there. Right, let's go on upstairs. Got nothing major go... I can't go in there. This is the staff dormitory. I know. That's why I wanted to have a look around, but okay. Nothing there. Seats? Chairs? Whatever you call them. Can I speak to Kia? I guess we should try walking around the hospital first. It's been a while since I was last here. I hope everyone's holding up okay. Very well. Well, there's Tio. Who else is there? Can't tell. Like, who are they speaking to? I can't believe the old Governor General thinks he can just start calling himself our Supreme Leader. What a joke. They can call it whatever they want, but this is just a bunch of convicts causing trouble. They'll never get away with it. This United Nation thing they're going on about is a complete pipe dream. It's never going to happen. I finally managed to smooth everything over with my old family, and now this is getting in the way. I just want this crisis to be over with so life can go back to normal. Fair enough. This whole occupation is just a bunch of convicts trying to start a riot. It's completely ridiculous. I'm telling you, nothing will come of it. At least, I really hope nothing does. Keep holding on to that hope, mate. Keep holding on to it. Right, vending machines! Private patients and public health. One World Health? Complete guide to women's health. Huh, and that one I can't make out what it says, other than health. Oh. They say I'll get to leave the hospital soon because of all the rehab I've done. My hands are still kinda numb, but I can even hold a pen now. Oh, that's cool. It's all thanks to the surgery I had with Dr. Sayland. Linda promised she'd take me to the radio station in Leeds when I finally get discharged. Then, once my hands are fixed, I want to start practicing the piano again. That's why everything in the city needs to get better. Oh, indeed. There won't be any point in leaving the hospital if there's no peace on the outside. But I don't want to give up yet. I have to think positive. Yeah, you keep at it. A lot of folks who fled from the city have been helping around the hospital. They do things like change the sheets and keep the rooms tidy. It's wonderful. A linen room is through here. I wonder if we'll get to go in the linen room. Maybe one day. Several of our staff members were on their way to a conference in Reverie when the EDF attacked the city. Dr. Sayland was to give a speech about the surgery she performed on the Emperor, and Dr. Largo was going to debut a thesis he wrote while working as a military doctor on the battlefield. Head nurse Martha and several other doctors who worked with the army were invited too. I hope they're okay. I wonder what everyone who went to the conference is up to. We haven't gotten any updates from them at all. Oh dear. At least the hospital wasn't taken over. I guess. Of course, people are down in the dumps. Everyone was looking forward to listening to the signing ceremony on the radio. Some even got special permission to leave the hospital and attend in person. Oh dear. My release was right around the corner, too. I was looking forward to going home to a free Crossbelt city. If only Cecile were here to get my mind off things. It's hard to care about much of anything right now. Everyone's pretending to be cheerful, but I just can't do it. How am I supposed to be happy now of all times? Especially without Cecile here to lift my spirits. It's hard to care about anything right now. Ooh, what we got on here? Some scrubs. Feeling any better today, Jonik? Sorry, Cyrone, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon. What happened to me during the war? All I could think about was vengeance. I betrayed everything Prince Oliver stands for. There's no place for me in Ulster anymore. I'm no better than those Ebon Defense Force goons occupying Crossbell. That's... Why is there an Orbment shop box over there? Huh. And that's why I don't even want to go through rehab. Just leave me alone. Still down in the dumps, huh? I've been thinking that what you need is a change of pace. I know. How about writing a poem? Why would I do that? I've never written poetry in my entire life. You should try it. I used to write all the time when I was a student. I'd write stuff like mint chip yesterday, chocolate for today, vanilla today. Now I want some ice cream. You sure are a unique one, Cyrone. Jarnak was originally placed in the head nurse's care, but when she got reassigned and had to leave, Martha told me, "It's all or nothing, Cyrone. I'm counting on you." Grumble. Oh, that was my tummy. I'm gonna take a sneaky snack time now. Oh yes, indeed. Trying to get his talk bubble. It's there. You weren't kidding about wanting ice cream, huh? I won't lie, it's hard to stay down around you, Cyrone. It's a lovely hospital, this, isn't it? I think it's the colour palette, that sort of like beigey cream. Something nice and calming about it. It's got sort of like the colours of the Enterprise D bridge about it. Just needs carpet, really. Although in a hospital, carpet, bad idea. It's all too overwhelming, honestly. Dealing with my recovery is tough enough, but now Crossbell is in danger again? How much longer will we have to fear the Imperial rule? How much more do we have to endure? Calm down, mate. Hey, it's these two. What am I going to do with you? You got so happy when you heard Crossbell was going to be independent that you jumped for joy and threw out your back. Oh dear. And now I'm stranded here because I came all this way to visit you on the day of the signing ceremony. Why me? Why must bad things always happen to good people? Oh. Stuff a sock in it, will ya? Here, have a dried persimmon. That should keep you quiet. You stole those from me to begin with. Not that I'm going to say no, but don't think you can put me in a good mood so easily. How do you stay so optimistic all the time? You've got some nerve. Don't think a few dried persimmons are going to make me forgive you. What was I thinking, letting myself get down so easily? Sure, what happened to the signing ceremony was a real shame, but there's no point in wasting my energy being sad. I need to get out of this funk and get back on track. Well, hopefully you do. Where's the way down then? There's stairs over there, because I don't want to take the elevator. There we go. Who do we start with? You. I noticed some familiar faces are missing from the hospital. Dr. Salin, Cecile, even Dr. Largo and the head nurse. They've all done so much for me. I really hope they're safe wherever they are. I checked myself into the hospital with a terrible cold on the day of the signing ceremony. It turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. Who knows what that Ebon, whatever force, would have done to me if I was trapped in the city. Whoa, is that you, Lloyd? What are you doing here? Good to see you again, Lon. It's a bit of a long story. Oh, but I did meet up with Cecile. She's safe and sound in America. Again, she ends up at the cathedral, so... Mayfa and the doctors on duty are looking after Speaker McDowell. Really? I heard what happened to the speaker over the radio. Thank goodness he's alright. Things were chaotic here for a while, after the ceremony, but it's calmed down for the most part. Our equipment had some issues, but we didn't have to book any emergency surgeries, fortunately. It's all good now. That's a relief. Yeah, the last thing we need is more fires to put out. We're going to keep poking around the hospital if that's alright. Thanks for getting us up to speed. No problem at all. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of work on your hands, but good luck out there.
You know, I was expecting everyone here to be more despondent.
It's good they're in high spirits.
Now where to find?
Like, Kia, you're interrupting yourself though. It's good to hear that Cecile and Speaker McDowell are okay. There are people connected to the hospital we still can't reach, but we can't worry about that. We just have to focus on what we can control, and right now there's plenty of work to do. Very well. Oh, I thought it'd be close enough then, but no. The hospital is currently housing several refugees from the city. There are also several patients and visitors that have nowhere else to go now. It's natural they would all feel uneasy with Crossbell being in a state of emergency. We're doing everything in our power to provide healthy meals and keep them comfortable. We're doing our best to give the refugees stranded here a comfortable stay. Unfortunately, we're not a hotel, so there's only so much we can provide, but we're trying. We're trying. I've heard some businesses remain open under the careful watch of that Ebon Defense Force. At least that means we can still expect supplies to be transported. That's one less worry for the time being. I'm still concerned about the city. There's a rumor going around that people have been brainwashed. That can't be true, can it? I'm concerned about the rumors regarding the city. What can we do? I don't believe the hospital has any remedies for brainwashing. Oh, hey there, Lloyd. I'm glad to see everyone's doing okay despite how crazy things have gotten. You're Peter with the Fisherman's Guild, right? Good to see you hanging in there yourself. Yeah, somehow or other. Although I'm really anxious right now after getting separated from the other guild members. But knowing them, I'm sure they're doing what they can to help everyone back in the city. So I'm trying to take a page out of their book and help around the hospital, as well as monitor the lake's water quality. The water quality? Why that? During the war, there were abnormalities detected in those readings, so I figure, in this case, better safe than sorry. Thankfully, there's nothing amiss at the moment, so no need to worry there. That's good to hear. Glad to know you're staying on top of things. Just don't work yourself too hard. Times are tough for everyone. You've got to have some Peter time every now and then. Right, of course. I appreciate the advice, Lloyd. I'm the type who needs to keep moving, to distract himself from everything going on, though. So in some ways, pushing myself a little might actually be the best thing I can do for my own well-being, if you can believe it. Just be careful about that. I say I'm helping out at the hospital, but really, it's only basic paperwork, nothing too exciting. I may be a humble fisherman who can only do so much, but if I can at least help a little, that's enough for me. No, pretty well. Anyone actually down here? Yep. I was out shopping during last month's incident. To make matters worse, Largo was shopping at the same store, so I had to take shelter with that cue ball. This time, though, he managed to avoid the worst of it because of that conference he was invited to with Dr. Sayland. I know it's only a coincidence, but it seriously bugs me how lucky he can be. Oh well, the silver lining is that I've got the place all to myself, and I can help my patients and the hospital as I see fit. Largo is one of the doctors invited to a conference in Reverie this week. Speaking of which, my son, Kins, attends a medical school in Reverie. I hope he's keeping up with his studies. Well, no time to worry about that now. I should stay focused on the hospital. The war didn't last very long, but I learned a lot during my brief time as a field medic. A lot of it was technical expertise, but I also learned what it means to be brave and how to make split-second decisions. Now I have a chance to put all those skills into action once again. Thing is, I was drawing a blank on how to apply any of it to help here and now. Then McCall mentioned he wanted to open a counseling room for the patients. I was surprised at first, but now I get it. That's the kind of healing people need right now. Something that comforts the heart. Turns out I still have a long way to go before I catch up with McCall. I've been lending a hand to McCall with his counseling room. Now that I think about it, aren't his final exams coming up? His residency is almost over. I hope he's making time to study. Hopefully. Right, so that seems to be us done with the rounds here in St Ursula. So what we'll do is end this part here, and in the next part we'll go see what's going on with Tio on the roof. On the roof, even, you know. So we'll see you in the next part. Ta-ra for now.